Hello. Hello.
Good evening. This is coming to you from Portland, Oregon. That's the west coast of the U.S. for all of you foreign listeners out there. So, as you may or may not have read, this is going to be a place where you can find alternative perspectives, life lessons, and new tools to better navigate the worlds we inhabit, both inner and outer. I'm not a professional or a genius, just a man living in the world, and hopefully some of what I've learned over the years will be able to help others. I'm doing this out of a desire and intention to help better people's lives. Topics discussed will include replies I've given to people seeking advice about relationships, self-advancement, and other life situations I wish someone had told me about when I was coming up. I'll probably discuss perception and belief systems and how you can alter your view of the world, introspection and how to identify your true desires and pursue them, and I'll certainly touch on the importance of communication in your interpersonal relationships. There'll probably be other random rants, thoughts, frustrations perhaps. Depending on how this goes and if people like it, I may do advice episodes answering questions from my listeners in the future. I think that could be cool. There's a subreddit community set up where we can have discussions, or you can throw episode ideas at me, leave feedback, or give me strategies on how to make it more enjoyable for you guys. I think it could be fun to have some of the show listener guided. I should also probably add, if you're not on Reddit, I would highly recommend it. There's definitely something for everyone there, and I mean everyone. I never really used Reddit up until just a few years ago, but I've come across a lot of new knowledge, had some really interesting conversations, even made some new friends. And it's also a place where, for the most part, a sense of netiquette still exists, kind of like late 90s, early 2000s, when people were still pleasant to one another on the net for the most part. That's not to say there aren't jerks, it depends on where you visit. But all the subreddits I frequent have always been really chill, really helpful people, supportive. Nothing like Twitter, with hate and toxic wretchedness oozing from every line of text. I forget where I heard Twitter is like a public toilet wall, but I thought that was a very accurate description. Anyway, this isn't an ad for Reddit. I'm just saying it's pretty dope, so look into it. And the Lumooncast subreddit will be there waiting for you. There's also an Instagram where I'll have episode updates and quotes and probably more when I figure it out. So you can see when new episodes drop there. Links are down below, obviously. I may possibly have guests on at some point. Again, that depends on how all this goes, who I meet and connect with. I also think doing interview style episodes will be interesting. But we'll see, I guess. I'm a huge lover of music, so I'll likely be giving periodic artist and album recommendations. I may do something like a Lou Music Hour for you to rock out to while you work or play, so keep an ear out for that. I'm a fan of films, so I'll be giving you film recommendations. And that means good films, including 60s, 70s, and 80s work, not just newer stuff. In my opinion, there are way more impressive flicks from back in the day than the stuff being churned out today. That's not to say modern film is all bad, but I think a lot of people would agree the golden age of film is behind us. And books. I'll also throw book recommendations your way. Books that have been beneficial to me and that could potentially be beneficial to you. I find whenever I'm down and out or trying to overcome a problem, one of the most potent remedies is new input and new information. So if you don't read or don't read as often as you'd like, I'd highly recommend taking a look. It can often bring unexpected new ideas and new solutions to problems, even if what you're reading is completely unrelated. New input works wonders like that. And in regard to music, film, and books, just as with life experiences and perception, I think it's important to expand your horizons, get new exposure, new influence, get outside your normal everyday wheelhouse. That's why I'd like to present new options to you guys. I already have a list going on the Reddit page if you're looking for new tunes, films, or books to devour. Oh, and I'll have to remember to make playlists to separate these different episode types. So if you really don't care about what I have to say and just want to discover new tunes or new flicks, you can. Or if you think my taste in music and film is absolute garbage and just want to listen to me ramble, you can do that too. And also, topics and formats aren't set in stone, obviously. If I find something I'm enjoying more than another, or listeners are really digging a certain thing, then I may roll with that.
And now for something completely different.
And last but not least, shameless self-promotion. After years of talking about it, I finally have a t-shirt store where I'm selling my designs, so that's cool. It's at lumooncast.threadless.com, and it's a print-on-demand store, so they do the legwork, I do the designs, and any shirt you buy, I get a small piece of the profit. There are a bunch of different designs straight from my brain and my hands, and many years in the making. And if you really like the show, there's some Mooncast shirts there if you want to represent. There's a large variety of shirts too, and I set up color choices as well, just not black, even though you should buy black because everyone looks good in black. I found people look really sexy in stripes too, though. Brighton stripes, I think it's called, or something. Fashion people will know. Anyway, link to the store is down below, and thanks for taking a look. So, that's about it in a nutshell. I'm sure I've forgotten something. I guess we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I can get some momentum, find a voice. Feeling a little silly for some reason. Never had that problem behind the mic before. Thanks for listening. Obviously, if you like what you hear and can support the show in any way, I'd appreciate it immensely. And if someone you know might dig it, please send it their way. Again, really grateful for your time and your support. And I'll talk to you next time. Night, guys.
Good night, Herr Doctor.
Good night, Frau Blücher.
So let it be written. So let it be done.